You were tuned in, G5 Jeff TV. It's your boy G5. I'm here with VP Shane in the building. What's going on, Shane?
I'm doing well, man. I'm all right.
Bro, man, breaking news. Um, Queen Elizabeth just passed at the age of 96. Um, and I'm from the United States, and I know a lot of people in the United States don't really understand the dynamic of it. I guess it's maybe the equivalent of like a president of ours passing, I'm assuming. But from a boxing perspective, this could very well mean that Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall is off. To my understanding, it's supposed to be a 14-day,
12 day
12-day lockdown period,
or
basically.
cooling period. Like from what I've read, now this is all speculation because she's literally died within the last 5 or 4 hours, and this has never happened in our lifetimes anyway. So obviously, the fight is taking place in the UK, and from what I'm reading, different speculations, and there was even articles out before she had passed away that um there's a chance that it may not take place. I think
Yeah.
Michael Benson was one of the people who actually released um um a tweet about that earlier today, and a few other journalists was talking about it. For me, and from what I'm reading, it is that there may be a 12-day cooling period. That's what I've read. I don't know if it's true, but a 12-day cooling period could just mean that there's no events, there's no public
Yeah.
gathering,
Right. It's
public celebration of any event. Obviously, the main focus on everything. You got to understand that this is an event still. And these promoters are still trying to make money. So people who would have paid for tickets for this event, there's certain things that's going to happen within the next coming days that are surrounding the Queen. All television news stations, whether it's sport, movie, whatever it is, are going to be covering the Queen in this country. So there is no coverage for Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. There is none. There is none. It's all about the Queen for the
yeah.
next 100 and something hours. That's all you're going to read. So
Yeah.
not only from a financial perspective does this put the fight in jeopardy, because a lot of these television companies ain't going to be promoting it, as well as the fact that tickets are going to, people who have purchased tickets, and you can imagine there's going to be a lot of Brits who would have purchased tickets. They are up in the air about what they're going to do and the events that will take place. So that just puts everything up in the air. So with that fight, I'm hopeful that it can still take place, but because of the dynamics, it does look like it's not going to take place, at least not this weekend.
Yeah. That's a good breakdown. And I think people needed to hear that, because I guess the equivalent for the states is if our president of the United States passed or something like that. Pretty much, if you ask us, would like football or basketball games be played like within the next like 2 days? The answer is probably no. So just
And you also got to remember that not only is there a death, but there's also a changing of the guard. Like there's also a coronation, so that's also got to take place as well.
correct.
And also the Queen's funeral.
Right.
So all of these things are things that actually will have to happen within the next 10 to 12 days. So
Right.
the focus in this country will not be sport.
Right. Correct.
Will not be sport.
That's the thing that I think people need to understand. And first and foremost, just rest in peace, and just condolences to everyone that's affected by this passing. We definitely got to get that out of the way. And it kind of just, it brings things full circle. It really does, because we talk about, we talk about fights and, who's better than who inside of the ring. And then it just, this happens and it kind of just brings
it,
you
it,
back down to
it
reality.
makes you know what's important because I can almost
Absolutely.
we value boxing and we're still valuing boxing. We're here going to talk about boxing, but I will bet my last dollar, I will bet my life that in those buildings that control the government in this country right now, no one will be talking about boxing. It is
Correct.
almost insignificant. So
Right.
does the prime minister in this country or the government in this country care about if they cancel Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall? Guess what? No,
Right.
they don't. They don't
And
care. It means nothing to them.
it
It
means
means
nothing.
absolutely nothing.
It's and I'm assuming this is any football matches as well will be
Mhm.
canceled. Everything will be canceled. So, of course, we haven't heard anything yet, like officially, but um, just really just putting one and two together and just common sense. To be honest with you, common sense says that this fight is off.
And
Like
well, not
it,
for it's not this week.
yeah, definitely at the very least rescheduled.
Yeah, and the whole talk of AJ versus Fury and the deadline being today.
That's off
Yeah,
too.
that's it.
It's off
Bro,
too.
we're not even talking anymore, bro. If
Yeah,
the deadline's
it's
today, there's no deadline, bro. It's over.
yeah. Let me get in the comment section real quick. My guy Michael Johnson, boxing talking more. He said, "What? Yeah, man. They haven't announced anything yet, but it's gonna get it at the very minimum rescheduled. At the very
Right.
minimum, like it's no way they're fighting Saturday.
And the
There's
issue
no
that
way they're
we
fighting
have is
Saturday.
um what day is it this weekend? The ninth, correct?
Correct. Hmm.
The
No, the 10th.
Queen
The 10th.
the 10th is this weekend, correct? So
10th is
so
Saturday. Right.
14 days from now will be the 24th. 14 days is when they're looking to do the handing over of the guard. The next week is obviously going to be Conor Ben versus Eubank.
Right.
That fight might be in jeopardy. Let's keep
That
it real.
right.
If they're
Right.
if they're doing a changing of the if they're doing a changing of the throne, I can almost
Right.
guarantee you it's a holiday.
That's
It's
yeah,
going to be a holiday.
and that's gonna
Everything's
get
going to
pushed
be off.
off.
And it will be promotional suicide to run any event on the same week as that. Promotional suicide. Because I can almost guarantee you I want people to look at it like this. We haven't seen the changing of a god, changing of the throne in over 60 years. That means there's some people's lifetimes, in some people's families' generations, they've never seen that. Do you think that they're gonna rather watch Eubank versus Ben over seeing that changing of the throne? It will
Yeah.
be promotional suicide, bro. There's
It's
nobody that is going to want to go. Now, I'm a big boxing
it's
fan and I would go, but the
yeah.
masses, they ain't going.
Yeah, it's like a national tragedy. You know what I'm
Literally.
saying? It's literally a national tragedy, and this would be the case in any other country. The top person in that country passes away, everything else shuts down. You know what I'm saying? Like everything else shuts down. I mean, we've had disasters happen. You know what I mean? We've had disasters happen, and we've shut everything down. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it's just it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Chris G said when they're gonna reschedule. Um,
They ain't even cancelled it yet, bro.
they haven't even canceled it yet. Uh, he said I'll share my opinion off camera about this. I might stir up some stuff. Yeah, we'll keep that off camera. And I'm gonna keep that next one off camera too. Nah, but Chris G, we just explained why that's not the case though. Like it's just when it's a national tragedy or anything like that, or something of a national crisis. Like take when COVID hit, like a basketball game was getting ready to start, and they kicked everybody out the arena. They was just like everything shut down. So it's just some things that just call for it, and this is one of those things. And man, I know I guess it's kind of crazy to say this, but I know Savannah Marshall probably got a lot of just mixed emotions because you put,
Why would you
like
say that?
because you know, with her, see, for Clarissa Shields, it's just the fight's being postponed. For Savannah Marshall, it's a little more than that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Why?
Because she's not from here though. She's not from the US. She's from England, right?
So yeah, what's your point?
Yeah, but she's in terms of the queen. In terms of the queen, you don't know what connections that she has.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm
true. You don't,
saying?
yeah, truthfully, that's
Yeah,
true.
what you don't know what connections that
Yeah,
she
that's
has,
true.
or her,
Yeah,
or her family. You
family,
know, yeah, like
or just and I feel like other people also need to look at the fact that it's also investment. Like a lot of people, like they probably, I mean, banks. I want just to put this into perspective. The Queen's face is on our money. So do you understand what what like it took months. I don't even know if Bivo's even been paid yet for the last disaster that happened. And he ain't even he ain't even fighting for Russia and he ain't even been paid. So I want to know if these fighters are gonna get paid. I want to even know if I want to know everything, bro. I don't know what's happening. Literally,
yeah,
like in terms of money, what's happening? Because obviously they've invested a certain amount of money to reschedule. Sorry, it's gonna take more reinvestment, but then bro, it's crazy. But then they've
we
already
could
paid a certain amount of money, and bro, it's all crazy, bro.
we could possibly be looking at the UK being shut down in a sense until, I'm assuming, maybe even November, until November maybe.
I mean,
Uh,
in terms of sporting events,
that's what I mean. That's what I
other
mean.
than football, um, it will be promotional suicide to run any sporting event other than football
Right.
in the UK right
From
now. It will be
right.
promotional suicide because you're probably gonna sell at maximum 1,000 tickets. Football is different though. Like
Yeah.
there's a different culture when it comes to football over here. Even though we're massive boxing fans, boxing is a lot of casuals, and
Yeah.
they're gonna breed into what the media buy into. You see my point? Like whatever the
Right.
media, if the media's pushing a certain fight, they're gonna jump on it. The media's only gonna be pushing one thing for the next month?
And that's what I meant. That's what I meant by that. Like, just from that angle, you could see the UK literally being like shut down in a sense in terms of promoting things until like November. Like, so you take the 12-day cooling period, right? That takes you to the 20th,
22nd,
the
22nd.
22nd. It'll take you to the 22nd. Then after that, it has to be a changing of the guard. That's gonna be basically a holiday, and then just the period of
So
just
so then
adjusting.
so then not only just that, you would have to, because if you've had any fight scheduled within the last, let's say, month or so, or within the next month or so, those all have to be pushed back.
Yeah, they gotta get pushed back, right?
So I see what you're saying, because if you have a fight in October, you can't start selling tickets in October.
To fight in October,
Yeah,
right?
you can't start
This
selling tickets in October unless
that's
it's sold out
literally
already. Unless you've already got a venue in like you bank missing that one. But let's say you had a fight in October the 31st. Unless you started selling out already, unless you sold out already, you can't start selling in October. That's
so
again promotional suicide.
so Ben and Eubank is sold out.
Yeah,
Does that fight happen on
that's
that
a pay
day?
per view. Now, this is the issue that you got. It all depends on what day this changing of the throne happens. If this changing of the throne happens on the week of Eubank versus Ben, I guarantee you that fight gets postponed. I guarantee you, bro. I guarantee you. There's no way anyone will put, because no one's gonna pay that pay-per-view, bro. Because they're just gonna be, there's no promotion. You can't promote. There's not like the zone already has an issue because they don't have a television company. So in order for you to watch a fight on the zone or promote a fight on the zone, you have to have the zone already.
Right, right.
So the other avenues of promotion is news stations, magazines, newspapers, radio. All of that's gonna be taken for the Queen.
I
So
mean,
what?
it's
So
um,
what the hell else left do you have?
I mean, this. I mean, before we went live, I looked, and I think it was I forgot what news outlet it was. I mean, they had 217,000 people on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
What? Wait, what?
reporting
Was
the
it live
Queen.
on YouTube?
It was live on YouTube. Yeah, it was reporting the Queen though. It was talking about the Queen. It wasn't talking about boxing though. It was reporting that the Queen
What new?
passed.
No, I want to know what news station that was.
Let me check really quick. And I think it was here, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was here. Let me double check.
All I know is if we go in a cooling period and we ain't like there's no work, like we don't have to work over here, bro. I'm flying out the country ASAP, bro. Real quick.
Yeah. So Sky News has 192,000 watching.
192,000.
Yes. NBC News here in the US has 29,000 watching. CBS has 43,000. That's another one here. ABC here, 20,000. Um,
Go to BBC News
okay.
if they're live. If they're live, I can almost guarantee that's in the hundreds.
Um, it don't look like they're live. It looked like they did a video on it. They did a video on it. Um, looks like two videos. ITV has 66,000.
Yeah, that's a UK one. ITV isn't as big as BBC though. That's like our main news station.
Yeah, so BBC is not live
Live.
as of yet. But it's,
Bro,
I mean,
the eight
it's
o'clock
crazy.
news starts. The 8 o'clock news. That's the news time for the UK. BBC 8 o'clock news.
Yeah, so that's in 20 minutes,
And
right?
ten
It's in
o'clock
20
news.
minutes.
Yeah, and then
That's
ten
in 20
o'clock news.
minutes.
So you can imagine for the next fortnight or so, bro. I don't even know. Like, how much can you say about one person though? I mean, can you? How much?
Bro, listen, like when it's a big topic, they will find 100 different ways to say the same
Fact,
thing about a person,
fact,
man, just to say
fact,
on camera, man. Like
fact.
it's just it is what it is. Like and the thing was like with us, we keep it boxing and this affects boxing. So that's why,
We're here.
we're on here. Um, we could have been cheap with it and put Queen Elizabeth face on the thumbnail. We ain't do that. You know what
Nah.
I'm saying? Like we didn't do that. You know what I mean? I don't need my inbox blowing up saying y'all you know y'all going on for the wrong reasons and all that, man. Like we
Literally,
keep it boxing
literally.
all day, man. But let me see. Chris G said, damn, all the people who took work off, now they can't make it for the reschedule. Like when it's a tragedy, like everything, nothing else matters.
Yeah, nothing
I
else
mean,
matters, bro.
nothing else matters, and it's just everything else is kind of like we'll just work it out. You know what I mean? Um, but this is big, man. Like this is
I
big.
mean, what do you think of the AJ Fury situation?
I'm not surprised. I think anybody that knows Fury, whether it's his fault or not, nothing with his name on it goes smooth. You know what I'm saying? Nothing with his name on it goes smooth, man. And it's just, I felt like the bullying tactics was going to start at some point, you know. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And then with the Queen passing, I think all of it was for nothing because they're, like Fury technically can't fight in the UK. Am I correct?
What do you mean?
Wasn't he still? Didn't they take his license or something like that a while ago to
No,
fight in
remember
the
he fought
UK?
Dylan White. He fought Dylan White in the
It
UK.
was it was in the UK. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'm slipping. I'm
So
slipping.
he got his license back, but
Okay.
obviously they were it was I've never seen it before. This dude offered AJ a contract with and it's crazy because I'm seeing a lot of these sports stations. They're actually supporting AJ. I mean Fury. And I'm like, I understand why they're supporting Fury. Fury's done a real smart move here. He played a chess move. He offered AJ the fight. at 60-40, which is good odd, which is good split. I think that's a good split. He also offered him, from what I know, they didn't mind doing a co-promotion from what I was told. So the only thing that was an issue was the dates. Now, where I say they were very, very smart was they only gave him a day to accept. So he has until today to accept it. I've never seen that before. Like, I've never seen you give someone an offer and give them 1 day to accept it. It's the deal's on today, tomorrow the deal ain't there. To me, bro, what I want to see if me and you are thinking on the same page. What do you think that is, bro?
uh a fleecing in a sense. Um, Anybody that gives you a deadline on a deal that quick, it can't. It's something with the deal. Like it's something with the deal. Um,
You know how I look at it?
uh huh.
They know that AJ ain't gonna take the fight. You ain't gonna sign and seal the fight in 1 day.
Yeah, I feel like it's. I feel
So
like part of it is a publicity stunt.
exactly, you're doing it for publicity. But think about this even deeper, Jeff. If Tyson Fury doesn't fight AJ, he needs somebody else to fight, but he also needs an excuse. So if he says, "Well, we offered AJ the fight and he didn't take it, so we had to fight somebody else," then they'll be like, "Oh, well, it was AJ ducking the fight." That's why they gave him such a nice split. So when they go
Right.
back to the negotiating table, we gave you 60-40 last time, you didn't accept, and we want 70-30. Now I want
Exactly.
you to think even deeper, bro. Think even deeper. I've gone one step further. The only way you do that is if you already have an opponent signed, sealed, and delivered already. The
Mm-hmm.
reason why I say that is because you can't say to AJ, you have until today to sign this a contract, but then negotiate with someone tomorrow. How come they didn't have that deadline on me? If you're
Right.
still looking for an opponent, why is my name not on that table the next day? The only way you do that is if you have already got someone who's signed, sealed, and delivered for a certain date, and you go, you know what, you didn't sign because I already have somebody else signed, bang. Because if that's the case, you can't then say, well, we negotiated with somebody else on another day. But then how come you didn't negotiate with AJ on another day? Why did he have a time limit and the other person not? Do you see my point?
You know what it reminds me of, bro, and people not gonna understand this. This is kind of a Shane and I inside thing. When a certain somebody was trying to get us to sign a certain deal. Um and he gave us pretty much like 24 hours to get it done to give him
Yeah,
an
yeah,
answer.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
I ain't give him no answer in 24 hours. I told him, but you don't rush greatness. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You
yeah,
don't rush
yeah, yeah,
greatness.
yeah, yeah.
And it ended up being a situation where everything that
When you
was
ask,
being offered, we could
yeah,
get it
when you ask the
ourselves.
right questions,
You
and when you
ain't get the
find
right
out the right
answers.
questions, and you realize the answers ain't correct.
And that's what it reminds me of. Like it's just some type of a fleecing in some type of a way. And that's what it reminds me of. Like something ain't right. When you give somebody 24 hours to figure something out, and it's supposed to be a quote unquote big deal, something ain't right with it.
Of
Something ain't
course
right
not.
with it. You know what I mean? Chris G, he said, when my Uber Eats driver suddenly doesn't show up, I'm gonna think he's Tyson Fury's last minute replacement fighter. I like that. I like
Literally,
that.
literally.
Literally, yeah, man.
I
That's it's
think I think obviously they tried their best to hoodwink the public. If I was AJ, bro, if I was AJ, I would what I would be doing is I would be as transparent with the public as possible.
yeah,
Literally as transparent with the public as possible. This is because you can't let um Fury win the battle of the public of negotiation. You
take
can't
over
let
the
him do
narrative.
that.
Yeah,
You can't let him win that narrative of you ducked the fight. You can't do that. It's got to be as transparent as possible, almost as transparent as. Do you guys remember when Eddie Hearn went to Radio Raheem and showed him the contract that he offered Jamal Charlo to fight Andrade? If
yeah.
I was AJ, I'm going on. Well, it's a little bit too late now because every major publication is going to be talking about the Queen. But if I was him, and let's say that situation didn't happen, I would have
Right.
gone to everyone and shown them the contract and said,
Yeah.
listen, this is what was on the contract and this is what's here. Do you remember when AB done that with Eddie Hearn? When
Yeah.
he just posted the contract that Eddie Hearn offered him.
Yeah. 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 Uh J.O., big shout out to J.O., man. Said, what's up, bros? Earlier stream today. Yeah, well, it's breaking news, man. We ain't gonna be here too long, but you know, um, something this big happens where it kind of just it not only shifts a country, but it shifts a culture, it shifts um sports, it shifts future plans, like just it shifts everything. So it's just I know on the screen it says AJ Fury, and then we had Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields, but probably the most intriguing one is probably Ben Eubank
Yeah.
because it's already sold out. It's sold out. How do you reschedule sold out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you reschedule sold
Ben
out?
Eubank will be Ben Eubank with Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. They are kind of okay because the fight's so close. It's literally 2 days away. So nothing drastic's gonna be happening in 2 days' time. But if you had a fight next week or the week after in the UK or the week after that, you're in a bit of an issue. The fact that um Conor Ben's fight is happening in the same week of what is scheduled to be the changing of the guard,
Yeah.
that fight's in serious jeopardy.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing about it, the thing about this that's like crazy is you kind of don't want to see the Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall fight happen on Saturday anyway, because I'm like, if Savannah Marshall loses, she could honestly be like she was affected by this, and nobody could really pull a card on it. Nobody could really pull her card on it, man. Like, so it's
Well,
it's
I just
just,
hope there ain't no British judges, bro. I
I
swear to
yeah, that's
God.
a fact. That's a
I
fact.
hope there ain't no British judges
Because
because
if
the
it's British
last
judges,
Clarissa
bro,
Shields needs to get a knockout.
which
She could
it
win
which ain't
every
happening,
round.
which
She
ain't
still
happening.
needs to win every round 10-8 to get a draw.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So it's just it's almost like they have to like at least reschedule this. But it's like if you think about it, even if they tried to reschedule it, if the fights that they're talking about going down really goes down, the rest of the year is looking real
Different.
stacked. Yeah, like it
Literally.
look real different.
Because
So
let's say
it's
they have to reschedule Eubank, then that's one
mhm,
fight that's rescheduled.
right.
Apparently, Dylan White and Dubois scheduled for December. Um, I'm talking about in the UK. In America, is different. I know America's got massive fights: Terence Crawford, Tank Davis, all of
Right.
that. But I'm just talking about in the UK. Obviously, if AJ Fury was to happen in December, you're so when are you ready rescheduling it to? Are you rescheduling it to? You can't reschedule it to October, so you're probably looking at November. There's only going to be a few weeks in November, and also you got to remember as well in the UK, it's you really don't want to be doing no shows in December this year in the UK. I'll tell you why. This is
Mhm.
the 1 year where doing shows in December is a problem because I just realized World Cup is this year in December. So the
Mm.
Football World Cup is this year. So
Yeah,
you
they can forget it.
that's
They can
like
forget
trying
it.
to run a show on the same weekend as
It's a
the
Super
as
Bowl.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they can forget it.
There's no shows for those weeks. There's no point. Like we're what we talking about here. There's no shows. So you
Right.
really got the month of November and the end of October to do shows. That is
Yeah, and after
literally it.
that,
And the
yeah,
first
that's
week of
literally it.
December. And the
Right.
first week of December is taken by Tyson Fury. So you ain't doing no show to compete with that. So that's done. Um, I mean, you can't do it the week after because the World Cup started. So you would have to do it before the first week of December. It doesn't give you much time, and then
And you're
you don't want to
rushing
be
it.
competing. Yeah,
You're
literally.
rushing it. You're rushing it, and
I
it's
really
just
hope that the fight happens this week, and it doesn't get. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna happen, but let's just be hopeful and say it can. You know,
yeah, it's just you know, I man, I don't see how they put the fight on Saturday. I really, I don't see how
I
it could
mean,
happen.
Saturday will be the first day certain people have off work. You know, so everybody's gonna want to go to Buckingham Palace. Nobody is going to be focusing about boxing.
Yeah. We got my guy DM3 in the building. He said the Shields Savannah Marshall fight is off. No one has said anything yet.
But it looks
Um,
that way.
it looks like it's gonna be off. Like it looks like it's gonna be off. Like it just that happens, and then you're expecting everyone to go out and go to a boxing match 2 days later. Like
I
it
know
just
before I came on, I know the BBC cancelled all of their comedy shows that was supposed to be scheduled for this weekend. They cancelled all the comedy shows. So this was literally before I came on. So this was 3 hours ago. The BBC
yeah
cancelled all their comedy shows. So I'm pretty sure um these fraternities are huddling and making a decision, and by the end of the day there will be an announcement, but we're just trying to
yeah
be forward thinking. We're pretty sure we know what the announcement's going to be.
yeah. It's just like I said. It's similar to if it was a major death like in the states, like
Yeah,
if it was the president or something like that, or like the vice, even if it was like the vice president or something like that, like like they would pretty much shut everything down. Like
I
ain't gonna be no
mean,
sports, no nothing.
I mean, didn't they when my Kobe Bryant died, did NBA still play that weekend?
So what happened was I think I think the NBA was on some type of a break anyway, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, fair enough.
So I think if they did cancel games, I think it was like pretty early, like within the first like 48, 72 hours, and then they got right back to it. So even with that, like Kobe's not the president or anything, like we still
Yeah,
canceled. Like, you know what I'm saying?
literally.
Like, so this one's interesting. Yeah, DM3, we're not 100% sure. I'm like 90% sure that if it's listen, if this fight still goes on Saturday, I'm shocked.
Literally, and you gotta
I'm
remember,
shocked.
sports is all about promotion. Like, it's
Yeah,
sport is all about promotion. Sorry, committing promotional suicide by trying to come up with, like, even though, bro, the weigh-in tomorrow will be the best bet for you. I guarantee that weigh-in will be stone cold empty.
yeah, facts. It's gonna be empty.
Everybody's going to Buckingham Palace. I can almost guarantee there'll be train strikes, there'll be transportation strikes, bus strikes. There'll be like everything's going to be on strike, bro. There'll be bank strikes, literally.
Yeah, it's you're literally watching the transition of an entire country. It's kind of hard putting on a boxing match in the middle of a transition of an entire country. And the transition hasn't even started yet. The news just hit.
Literally.
You know what I mean? Like the news just hit. DM3 said, but in America, presidents have died and they still had sports, but we've been waiting 10 years for this fight.
Current presidents have died. Like the reigning president has died. Not in our lifetime.
Nah, not
Probably
not
not since what?
maybe
JFK?
yeah, maybe you talking DM3, you talking way back, like way before we were born, way
Because
back.
I don't remember any current president dying whilst they were still in reign.
Yeah.
Obviously,
So
Trump didn't die.
you
Bush
gotta be
didn't die, but Obama didn't die. I mean, I can't.
you
What
talking
current
way yeah, you talking way back. You talking way back. Like
Nixon, Reagan.
Reagan. Yeah, like you
Who
talking
was
way
who
back.
was after Reagan? Bush Senior.
Yeah.
What's the other dude's name? The one that um got his dick sucked by his secretary.
Oh, Clinton. Clinton.
Clinton.
Bill Clinton. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, he said Reagan. Reagan. Yeah, you going way back
yeah,
though.
that's what I'm
Like,
saying. Reagan.
yeah,
Reagan was the
yeah.
last one.
Yeah, that's the
Since
last
Reagan,
one, yeah. But you going a DM3 though, but you going way
I
back with
mean, what
that. Like,
wasn't Ronald Reagan? What 1970s or 1980s?
I
Nixon
want to
was
say
70s. Nixon was 70s. I know that for a fact. Nixon was definitely
yeah.
70s. Nixon was
Reagan.
70s. Reagan would have to be the 80s or late 70s.
Let me look it up real quick. Reagan. Uh,
But even if it was the 80s, we're talking about 40 years ago.
yeah, he died. Ronald Reagan. Let me see.
And how did Ronald Reagan die? Like, obviously we know how he died, but like, did they ever?
I'm about to be honest with you. I'm about to look it up right now. So he was the president between 81 and 89.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he was 80s. Um,
and yeah, how did Ronald Reagan die? Like, what was his date of death?
uh, let me see. So date of death was June 5th, 2004.
So Ronald Reagan wasn't a current president when he died.
Right. So it was
He was. He
just
didn't. Obviously, we knew. Like, well,
so
I mean,
this
he was in the middle of his reign when he died. Obviously, he's the last president to die, and we obviously know how he died. But he wasn't a current president. Wow. Like, I think John F. Kennedy was the last person who died whilst he was still a president.
yeah, DM3, that's the main thing. Like while
He
he
was
was serving,
still the queen.
while he
He
was
was
serving. Yeah,
still
still the
serving
queen.
as the queen.
Yeah.
Like,
Like so
death
that's
was
a
the
little
reason why
different.
she's no longer the queen anymore.
Yeah. Say
And
80.
why it makes so much of a difference is because just like an election, the changing of the throne is a massive thing over
Because
here. In fact, it's even
it's
bigger. It's even
so it's
bigger.
so many things. It's so many, but it's so many other things that has to get adjusted. Because it's not just you're changing of the guard and that's it. Like it's all of the little finer details that needs to be
Literally.
adjusted. Because whoever,
Even the national. I mean, they were gonna sing the national anthem on Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields. They can't. They can't sing the national anthem. Um, they can't sing the national anthem whilst God Save the Queen when the Queen's passed
was
away.
Queen, exactly, exactly,
See my point?
exactly, right, exactly. Like that's
They were gonna
yeah,
do that at the fight with Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall.
yeah.
They were
You
gonna
can't.
obviously do that. What you gonna say God save the Queen and the Queen's just passed away. How
Yeah, I mean
insensitive
that's.
would
I
that
was
be,
going to
bro?
say that's the most insensitive thing of all time. You know
And
what
you
I'm
can't
saying?
say God save the king because we have no king. Like,
You
bro,
have no king, like right, like so. Shit just got to get reworked. You know what I'm
literally,
saying?
there.
Like
That's a very small thing, but you see how significant it is, though. You see how one thing. If imagine if they actually proceeded and someone actually did say God save the Queen, could you imagine the backlash that person would get?
oh yeah, it'd be
Something as
crazy.
small as that will make a difference.
Yeah, Jo said I can only think of like Kennedy who was assassinated.
Well, what's his name was assassinated as well, wasn't he? That Abraham Lincoln was assassinated.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
teaching you guys about your American presidents, and I'm in the UK. What's going on,
See,
bro? Come on,
because
Jo,
you
bro.
because you really from the U.S. with a UK
Bro,
accent.
I would love to be from the US. Trust me.
Oh man,
I want to move over there. Trust me.
man, T Finney in the building, man. Says salute. I'm with Jo early stream, but I heard the news. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. DM3, well, in America, people die every day, so we keep moving on. Cameron voice, but rest in peace to the Queen. Yeah.
That
So,
is,
so here's the thing.
you
So
gotta be eating a
DM3,
bag of chips, bro.
yeah. So DM3, like, here's the thing. Like, it's the yes, people die every day, but it's the significance of the death. Like,
Right.
it's the significance of it and what has to be done after. Like 9.9 out of 10 people pass away, nothing else changes. Like it's just
Absolutely nothing.
another person that
Just
just
a fart
passes.
in the wind, bro.
Right. But this situation, everything changes. Like absolutely everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So hold on, say, well, you got a king now. Prince Charles is the king now.
No, he's actually not. He's actually not. He's actually not. He's not the king. You can't be the king until you've actually been throned. He's actually not the king. We have no royal right now. And the reason why that's so significant is because the Prime Minister of the UK. So for those who don't know, I'll give you a quick history lesson. The UK isn't the isn't the United Kingdom, and then you have the Commonwealth, and then obviously you have England. So
Right.
the Prime Minister just runs England. That is one of the multiple different destinations that
Mhm.
is run by the United Kingdom. For example,
Okay.
Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. And then you have the Commonwealth, like the Caribbean countries, like where I'm from, Jamaica, which the Queen still resides, bro. Canada is the same. Like the Queen is on the Canadian money, bro. Like
Right.
Australia, India, these places are still under the Commonwealth. So the Commonwealth is run by the Queen. The Commonwealth's run by the Queen. These places are like, obviously they have their own prime ministers, just like the
Yeah.
UK has its own, England has its own prime minister, but they
Yeah.
still have to answer to the Queen. So it's
Yeah.
not just England.
It's not
It,
just England.
obviously,
There's a lot of
America
places
has
too.
their own independence. That's why you guys celebrate every 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Other countries don't, bro.
Right. Right. No, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. My man Davidian in the building said, "Please don't tell me the fight is off." Oh no, rest in peace to the Queen. Yeah, bro, they haven't announced anything yet. We just don't see any possible way this fight happens on Saturday, man. And I I think, to be honest with you, I think they need to reschedule it. I mean, just they got to reschedule that. Like, of course, it couldn't have been the worst timing, but just going by past history and just common sense, like you don't put on a fight there. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Like it just don't make any sense. Like it's just you gotta reschedule that. So they haven't announced anything yet, but I I got a feeling once they do, then you pretty much heard it here first. Like they're
But
not fighting. Like they're not fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like not right now. And it's gonna be, and if, like I
it's
said, if other fights come together,
frustrating.
so you got the World Cup coming up, you got just football just in general,
Fury's fight.
Fury's fight, then you got Dillian White's fight, then you got, I'm like, can you even get that fight in this year? Can you
AJ's
even get it
fight.
in? Yeah, you can't even, you
Because
may not even be able to get
if
it
if
in this year.
if AJ's not fighting Fury, he is fighting in this. He is fighting this year. That's what Eddie Hearn said. So you got an AJ week and a Fury week and a Dylan White week. Those are three fighters you don't want to compete with because they do minimum 400,000 pay-per-view buys. You're not competing with
This
those.
was
You're getting
bad,
blown
and
up
this
the
was
water.
bad
And then you
timing.
got
This
you
is
back
bad
Ben.
timing. And the thing is, yo, and this is just a side note. Um, this really saves all the Savannah Marshall people that was going to bet.
Yeah, bro.
Y'all just save some bread, man. Like bro, when I say I had I had two Fury AJ videos and a Savannah Marshall Clarissa Shields breakdown and prediction video, thumbnails and everything set up, and I was literally gonna record them like right before my phone started going off and I just started seeing the news. I was literally getting ready to start like
I
recording.
was gonna
Like
hit you up, bro. But
I'm like,
do a check for me. When is Joe Joyce versus Joseph Parker? Because that fight might be in jeopardy as well.
and I think it will be in jeopardy. Joe Joyce versus Joseph Parker is September
Off,
24th.
off, off. That's definitely off. That is definitely off. I will bet
Yo,
my house on home that fight's off. September
bro,
24th. That's off.
September 24th.
So for
Yo,
those who
bro,
don't know, in
listen.
12 days, that is the same day as the changing of the throne.
Yeah, so
Off.
it's a wrap.
That
Yeah,
fight's
that's
off.
not. Said they going to fly everybody to America. They going to fight here. So
Hopefully, but you ain't gonna
yeah,
sell much tickets because
you're
there's no
not gonna sell
American.
nothing. It's the damn three. The reason those fights are big in the UK is because the UK actually pays to see their action. Like we find a bunch of illegal ways to see our action. Like it's just, I'm not gonna lie. Back in the day, I was partial to blame.
Me as
I ain't gonna
well, bro.
I ain't gonna
I
go
think
I
we're
ain't gonna go I
still
ain't gonna go
partial to blame, bro.
yeah
We're still
I ain't gonna
partial to blame.
yeah
You know why
I ain't
we're
gonna
still partial to blame? Because when we go live, we give out streams, bro.
yeah, right. So we're about as guilty as everybody else, but like that's what makes the UK so special is because they really not only talk about the love they have for boxing, but they actually show it with their dollar. You know what I'm saying? And you can't replace that. That's why the UK will always be around for the eternity of time. Like, you know what I'm saying? J.O. laughing. Yeah, we
But
about as guilty as everybody else, man. Like, but
but
you know,
September 24th,
yeah,
that
that's
fight.
off.
Oh,
That's
that
off.
fight off.
Off. And you know what else is changes too, bro? The fantasy league gonna get completely flipped, bro.
Yeah, bro. Crap.
It's gonna get flipped. But yeah, we just going to cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah,
But
bro. We're reacting like everybody else, bro.
yeah. He said G5, I know that's how we met. Yo, that was so funny, man. People be like, yo, like, where the mirror at? The mirror was more popular than we were. Like,
Fact,
like
fact, facts.
if you seen my name and you seen me now at the time, Shane had his own situation going, so his name was still,
Yeah.
buzzing in other parts of the streets.
I
Mine
wouldn't
though,
say it was buzzing. I wouldn't
no,
say it
but
was buzzing.
he was known in a lot of different areas. But back then, it was simply, oh damn,
And Jeff
G5 is
was
number one.
doing numbers, bro.
Yo,
Jeff was doing numbers.
I'd have been we'd have been at 50,000 right now. If we'd have never stopped, we'd be at 50
And not
grand.
just that, like for those who don't know, like a lot of someone asked me the other day, like, um, we people say, oh, you got a lot of subscribers, your view count isn't the like isn't what it was, bro. I'm like, bro, we lost so much momentum. Jeff had 2 90-day strikes, and one of them wasn't even valid. He had
Yeah,
two
I
90-day
get that
strikes.
right.
Imagine not
And
being able to live stream for 90
bro,
days. Basically, you can't
we
make videos for 90 days.
yeah, bro, and the thing that's crazy, man, and it's just DM3. It's just crazy you even brought this up. Like the pace that we was on, bro. Like the pace that we was on, we would have been at 50,000 a year and a half ago.
There was
Like you
one
gotta
live stream. There was, yeah, facts. There was before, way before. In fact, it was before that, Jeff, because it was before COVID. It was way before COVID even existed. Because
right.
there was the year of Errol Spence versus Sean Porter. That's when
Yeah,
it was.
that's when
Bro,
it
that
was.
year, bro, in one live stream, Jeff went from 2,000 to 6,500 in one live stream.
And one live stream. And that fight happened 2019. I can honestly say
If
by
Jeff went live for Wilder versus Fury 1, which was in that same year, I can almost guarantee we would have done just ridiculous numbers.
yeah, and the thing is, in a DM3, the thing that's crazy is like people gotta realize you can say what you want, but we were doing something that nobody else on God's green earth was doing.
And he was commentary. He was doing commentary as well.
And it was doing commentary as well. Like, and on top of that, we had live scorecards.
Live
So
scorecard. Everybody in the chat was doing live
I
scorecards. Jeff was
so
going through the scorecards. He was reading through comments and he was doing commentary. And obviously, we had the mirror.
right. And the thing about it, yo, is it got stopped just because just a certain somebody didn't like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just got reported. Like it was what it was. But yeah, when we was going through that pace, like you could say what you want, but I'm like, we were doing something that was never done. Like we were doing something that was never done. And it wasn't just about what was in the background. It was what was going on while that was in the background. So you got to think
Right.
about it.
Because we
I'm
can
like,
come up live and still have like 5,000 people in the chat.
yeah, right. So it's literally like I'm holding a conversation with Shane. I'm holding a conversation with Blunt. I'm holding a conversation. I'm responding to everything that's in the chat. And if I'm not responding to it, Shane was responding to it. Like Vlog was responding. Everybody had their scorecards. We're commentating. We talking shit. We cracking jokes. All that. And then afterwards, once there's no background, we literally breaking down the fight. and still respond in the comments. And during that whole time, we didn't ask for $1. We didn't ask for $1, yo. All we asked you to do, like that joint, subscribe. That's it. That's all we asked. Because I'm like, that's what I'm like. Between nobody has nothing on their channel that's gonna top Spence Porter and Broner Vargas on this channel. Nobody got nothing.
And Broner Vargas wasn't even he didn't even have the mirror that time.
I didn't even have the mirror, bro. We was 15K deep. We was 15K deep with no background.
And what I want people to also know is, if you go to Jeff's channel, you will see videos, hundreds of thousands of views, and there is nothing, just a picture, and it's just Jeff's voice. Like,
yeah,
there was videos where Jeff was literally, I have to be real, Jeff was trending, bro. Like, music videos don't get, I think people don't understand, some music videos don't get 100,000. Jeff was just speaking, and he wasn't interviewing anyone. He was just speaking, and he got 100,000. These times he didn't even have 1,000 subscribers, bro. He didn't even have 1,000. The Pacquiao video with what's it called? You didn't have 1,000. You didn't have 1,000 subscribers.
I didn't have 1,000 subscribers, but I had 100,000 views. It's crazy. Like and that's the thing. Like it's just you have. I feel like everyone has their moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody has a moment. It's just the thing with that situation. It's just we seen it coming because it was just certain people that was just, you know, like they would say stuff in the comment section, and then I was getting like little messages and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I had people that I know was just like, oh, you should stop doing that, blah, 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 blah. And you can see it coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can see it coming, but if it didn't,
hate is gonna hate, bro.
We was going, like, that's why we continue to do what we do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we was literally like, we would have hit 50,000 in 2020. We'd have hit 50,000 in 2020, and then it'd have just been a whole like rotation. DM3 said, but I'll give you much respect and I support y'all because y'all still grinding, even though the views not crazy now. But I know it's hard to get views with lives. That's why I don't go live that like that. Bro,
aren't that important. To be honest, views are important. Views are important.
DM3, so I'm gonna give you a couple examples, right? I'll give you a couple examples before we get up off this joint. So take for example, what's my man name that jumped on the Padman video? My man from LDBC. Shit, I was just in his live earlier. Drew Titan. So you take Drew Titan, right? So Padman video comes out. So DM3, these are just classic examples of how numbers can be misleading in a positive and a negative way, right? So you take Drew Titan. Drew Titan seen the Padman video, and you know he liked it, so he ran with it. What's my other guy name? His partner, guy that be with Wilder. I forgot his name, but they both liked the video, so they took it and they ran with it. And I got a call, and it was just like, yo, like, you know, Drew fucking with you. Like, your subscriber count about to go up. Shane, that joint went up about like $150. That joint went up like $150 in like 48 hours. But you go look at Drew's subscriber count, he has less subscribers than I do. But his impact is crazy.
Right.
So now you flip it, the impact that Drew has right now, we had that impact when we had the background. Like when you seen we was coming on fight night, it was an event. Like it was literally an event. Like people were taking the link and was posting it all over the place for other people to get on.
Facts. And I also want you to bear in mind as well, like, some even using the Drew Titan example, he's someone who, he ended up increasing the subscriber count and stuff. But I also want people to understand that when you understand YouTube algorithm, and this is the most important thing, when you understand YouTube algorithm, you understand why certain channels get a certain amount of views and certain channels don't. I give you an example. Someone like Seconds Out, for example, they have 500,000 subscribers. They don't get a lot of views. They have 500,000 subscribers, but they don't get a lot of views. And then you got other channels who have much more subscribers and get much more views. And then you have a channel like this, more on average, a live stream will probably get 100 to 200, maybe less than 100. It just
Yeah.
varies,
Mm-hmm.
what the view count is. For us, like, okay, what's the purpose? Because if you get 1,000 views or you get 100 views, there isn't much of a difference. I can say this because Jeff has said it in the past. We don't monetize videos, so it doesn't make a difference if you got 100 views or 10,000 views. But it makes a difference to YouTube, because YouTube are going to push what you monetize, because they make money off it also, because they can put ads on it. Jeff doesn't put ads on his videos.
Yeah,
So YouTube are not going to put Jeff in the algorithm. The only people that watch us are people who are subscribed to
who
us,
really fuck
not
with us?
who
Right.
people who we know, people like
Right.
Jay or people, etc., who we communicate with on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. Cool. That's the people who we are.
That's a fact.
Last year, we had the conversion for our YouTube to our website was ridiculous. No YouTube channel had that conversion. None. I can put that on my heart. No YouTube channel had that conversion. But
Right.
most YouTube channels come in the game to make money off YouTube. We don't put Jeff
And
doesn't put money, but he doesn't
yo, and that's where
want to earn from this.
that's people think that's where the money at. Like YouTube money is not big. Like you gotta do something insane for you to get YouTube money to where you're actually living off of it. Like
Literally.
it's a guarantee. Like it's a guarantee. And listen, like like DM3. Like here's the thing. Like you gotta understand at the end of the day, like what what is your final goal? So you take like you take Drew. Like take Drew for example, right? Drew could stay at his subscriber count for the next 6 months. But all I know is that um every time he jumps on, he has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of viewers for his lives with that same subscriber count. So he knows where his bread is getting buttered at. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, a guy like Drew, and big shout out to Drew too. Like big shout out to Drew Titan. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing about Drew is people know who Drew is. They know his face. So if it comes down to a bigger deal outside of YouTube, Drew will get a call over somebody that has 20,000, 25,000, 30,000, because people know the voice, people know the name, people know the face.
And I'm gonna give you guys a something that you guys are, and I don't want to say like I'm an insider and you're an outsider, but I I met the person who runs one of the biggest boxing channels in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
I met the person who owns it, and I
Right.
saw what this dude pulled up into. Now, maybe you can still have money. You can still have money and not drive a nice car. Cool. You can still have money and not drive a nice car. But I was very young and impressionable, and I came from a certain background where you had money, bro.
You go get some.
You
Right. You
go
go
get
get
it. Like
some.
your
You go get
physical
some.
appearance, bro. We're all black in it, and the reason why I
Yeah.
say black is very important because when black people have money, you know they have money,
You
bro.
know we get, yeah, you know, yeah, we
You
gonna
know
pull
they
up.
have money,
Yeah,
bro.
we gonna pull up for sure. For
Literally.
sure. We gonna
Um,
pull up.
and I remember my cousin who's he's a few years older than me.
Yeah.
He literally had just bought a brand new Audi, like a brand new sport Audi, and he
That's a
dropped me to
classic
pick.
joint here.
He dropped me. He picked. he dropped me to pick up some camera equipment. I'm doing some work. And the dude who I met, the owner of this company, who's supposed to, and it's one of the biggest boxing platforms on YouTube. I saw what he was driving and I was like, bro, it just dawned on me. These guys can't be making that much money. Because why are you driving something like this? It was one of the shittest cars, bro. And I spoke to myself, bro, how are you make, bro, it was one of the shittest cars. Like
Yo,
I don't even, it was one of the maybe he had money and he just doesn't invest in his car. Cool. But at that time, it just dawned on me, maybe like, and I've told this story before, like maybe it's not like he doesn't invest in his physical appearance. But for me at that time, that was a very big lesson. I was like, bro, maybe these guys ain't really making that much money. Now, I'm not saying that you can't make money from YouTube. Of course you can. But when you look at someone like Jeff and you look at the numbers, don't let the numbers fool you. The reason I say don't let the numbers fool you is this is a person who does not monetize his videos, and it's a person who does not put ads on his videos. So therefore, YouTube aren't gonna put him in the algorithm because they can't make money off him.
Yo, and the only thing that I have, the only thing that I have really is you get after it drops, you get an ad in the beginning, and then you get an ad at the end. And then what happens is people bypass the ads in the beginning and they cut the video off before the one at the end goes.
Yeah.
So unless you're putting ads smack in the middle of the video, then it's really nothing for YouTube to really do. And it's all a matter of how you want to run your stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? So DM3, I know you have your channel. Like, you really got to figure out what is your end goal. Like, what do you want to do? Because I'm like, I show my face every single day. Shane shows his face every single day. There's a chance we could get a call from somebody and they say, yo, Jeff, Shane, like, we want for you to do a show for our network. You understand what I'm saying?
It's not about it's not about how many watch, it's about who watches as well. I swear to God, bro, I swear on everything I own. I can tell you this right now, and Jeff will say the people that watch me and Jeff, bro, are on but we get invited to fight. I swear to God that we don't even put in applications for.
Yeah,
I swear on everything. We get invited to fight. I can tell you at least three occasions where I was invited to a country outside of the country that I live in, and I did not apply for the accreditation. Dubai twice.
Dubai twice.
Yeah, and then you also got invited to Josh Taylor's event. I did not put in the accreditations for that. I did not. We did Joe Joyce's last fight. I did not put accreditation for that. We got invited to that. We didn't go, but we got invited to that. Bro, we get invited to places. We don't
a lot of stuff. We get invited to a lot of stuff.
Stevenson reposted us, and we didn't even post this.
We didn't send it to him. We didn't send it to him, and then
just reposted it
2 days ago. The president of WBA, Gilberto Mendoza, started following me. Why? For no reason. Like, why? I don't know. I didn't tag him.
I did not follow him. Nothing.
I didn't follow him. Nothing. Like, it's still waiting for me to follow him back. I still haven't followed him back yet. You know what I mean? I still haven't followed him back yet.
Bro. It's not about how many people watch, bro. It's about
DM3. And I'm glad this guy's in the comment section too, because I need for people to understand all the dynamics of it. And DM3, I'm glad you said that too. I'm glad you said that, Jo.
And can I and another thing that people have to understand is, like, we were working on something that we personally would have been earning a good amount of money right now, because we invested the last 2 years, maybe a year, 18 months at least into a prediction league. That's what we wanted to invest in. And last season, we had an extremely successful prediction league. No matter how you want to go around it, we had this extremely successful prediction league. And it got us to the position where we could actually negotiate with a company to actually get certain betting options and stuff. It just didn't work out. But we didn't. Jeff purposely didn't monetize his videos because he wanted exclusive.
And the thing is, if I monetize those videos
and put ads in
we wouldn't even have got to the table with the people that we were at. When I say probably the top maybe 4 betting companies around, we were in negotiations with all 4 of them. Like, we got approved
For
for
one
all
of them.
four. Like I would say we were in negotiations with all four. Like one of them we got approved
And
for.
that was the biggest one. And it
That
was
was
the
the
biggest one.
biggest one, and we just didn't get the details that we wanted.
Literally.
So and so
I
let
still
me.
get emailed by them as well. We still get
Me too.
emailed by
Yeah,
them as
me too.
well.
Yeah, for sure. Jo said this channel is fire. Y'all have great energy and are well educated on the sport of boxing. I'm glad I found this channel. Jo,
Respect.
like when I say you family, like for sure, like, and it's so much facts going on right now. He said y'all don't push no narratives and keep things unbiased. Y'all don't ponder about to the subscribers like a lot of channels do. Michael Johnson, he said for some it is because motherfuckers send loads of super chats. So let me
No, that's a fact.
get into that. Let me get into that. There are people, and it's that's what they want to do. Cool. I don't really knock nobody. They will literally be on YouTube all day, all night, and it's like, yo, we need them super chats. We need them super chats. We need this. We need that. We need this. You know what I'm saying? So, Mike, that's true.
This
YSL
is
Sports Media.
this is the
This dude
hardest
here,
working
this
nigga right here,
dude,
bro.
bro. Listen, let me explain something to y'all. Let me explain something to y'all. And it was meant for me to have this conversation. And this
And
was kind of like the
YSM being
last.
on this
This
live.
was kind, yeah. This was kind of like the last show when we kind of just went into a whole like who's the top
Different.
five in this, who's the
Yeah,
top
yeah.
five in that, all off a comment. So YSM said best live show on YouTube, hands down. Fuck subscribers and views. Here's the thing with this dude, right? Like we literally come out and like me and Shane was on the phone. We like, yo, like this is like the hardest working, like most serious dude about this
I've
craft that we
ever met,
know,
bro.
Like
That I've ever
it's
met, bro. I've been in professional realms of
bro,
journalism and the YouTube realms of journalism. This dude takes this shit serious.
yo,
Like he talks
bro.
to me like it's a life lesson, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's literally, and the thing is, and I think people don't know. First of all, if you're not subscribed to YSM Sports Media, I don't know what's going on with you, but I need for y'all to get over there, go subscribe to him. But the thing about this dude, yo, is we first of all, it's like his path is different from my path, but his grind is so crazy. Like like me and Shane was literally YSM, like we were literally on the phone like laughing about this shit. We was just
Literally,
like, bro, like this dude work. We was like, yo, we're just trying to get to like 30% of where he's at.
30% of the effort
30%.
on what this. What
So
you guys done?
yo,
He got a video edit. He does it by himself. He's got to go to the fights, and this dude, like
bro,
like it's not like an Ellie setback thing where this dude is just standing outside the toilets or on the street corner waiting for these dudes to pull
like
up. He's not doing none of that, bro.
it's real, like it's like work, like it's like legit work, like you know what I mean. And then everything is just laid out. So when I met YSM, like YSM is at probably at like 21,000 right now, like in terms of a subscriber count. I knew YSM when he had like 2,000. Like he had 2,000. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he had 2,000. Like we go back. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking Baturbia Vosdick back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how far back we go as far as this channel thing is concerned. Now, he's a classic example of, yo, you put in the work, you put in the time,
You get
you're
the
getting
result.
the results. That is the epitome of what YSM is. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this goes back to you, DM3. So you have our movement, which is completely different. We're at the negotiating table with betting companies and shit like that, and we're trying to make other moves. YSM is taking more of the traditional route, but it shows that when you put in the work, you put in the time,
You get the results.
you're gonna get the results. And it's like DM3, we literally was just like, yo, I was like, Shane, because we had a discussion about like, yo, like we gotta tighten some things up, things like that. And the one thing about me and Shane, like we keep it real with each other. And I was just like, yo, bro, I was just like, it's on me. I was just like, I'm a get to about 30% to where YSM is. So Shane responds and he says, "Yo, I'm gonna match your 30. I'm gonna give 30, and then we gonna be at 60% of where YSM is." And we just started laughing, like, but we was dead serious though. We was
Right.
dead serious
And
though.
the
We
truth
was
is,
dead
since we had that
serious.
conversation, we've been live every day.
We've been every day, yeah. Like, so we've been, like, been, but it's, you look at a guy like YSM, and it just, it's a motivating thing because it goes to show you that hard work
Hey,
does pay off. Like, yeah, like
right.
hard work does pay off, and we say all the time to people, like, yo, like, this dude, he's the hottest media dude out here in the streets right now. Like, that's a fact. Like, DM3, that has nothing to do with subscriber count. That has nothing to do with views. That has everything to do with just, if you're in these boxing streets, there's just certain things that happen where that he's hot. Like, people literally start clipping and using his videos. People start stealing his videos. Like, that's a clear indication that you are hot in these streets. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? Uh, my guy Scott 70, big shout out to you, bro. That's
Shout out to
family
you.
right
That's
there.
real family right
That's
there.
real family, like from beginning family, like, you know what I'm saying. Big shout out. He said,
And I just want to say, Scott 70, he watches every single video. He's in another country in Thailand. He watches
Thailand.
every single video in a playback. Every
Yeah,
single one.
every single one, and then like on top of that, like, it goes, like I said, like when we link up with people, man, like, it's a link up, like, for real. Like, Scott'll be talking to me about his first topic might be boxing, and I might ask him how is his wife doing or how is his family doing. Like, I won't even talk. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But that's where we at though. Like, so Scott, like, official family. He said, who is Cook and Cash is,
He says, was it Coogan? No, it
was
wasn't.
it Coogan?
Coogan got money,
Nah,
bro.
no.
Coogan got
Coogan
money.
got Coogan
Coogan
got
got money.
Coogan got that bag. Coogan got that
I mean,
bag.
you forgetting who he was working with for a period of time. I just want no names.
Yeah,
No
right.
names. But
Right. Michael said, I just look broke and don't give a fuck. Yo, but bro, yo, but Mike, like, the thing that's crazy, yo, is like, in the States, like, whether you was broke or not, you pulled up on the block in that thing, man. You that
bro,
dude. Even
I,
if it's, bro, even if it's a rental, you pull up
facts,
on the
bro.
block, bro. Listen, I ain't gonna
Like
front.
I
Listen,
grew I grew up I grew up around Jamaicans. I'm like all my family, all my people I've grown up around was Jamaican, bro. Jamaican people will make sure they have the most expensive weave, most expensive clothes with
that's a
no
fact,
food in their refrigerator, bro. Their physical appearance and how much they spend on how they look, bro, it's crazy. Like in
bro.
America, people have be on food stamps and still be driving a Benz, bro. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah,
Like
bro.
black
It's
people definitely invest in their physical appearance.
Bro, it's, yo, and that's the thing, bro. Like, it's just, and it's kind of like a culture thing, Michael. Like, it's like, even like the movies, like, you take, like, you got to look at how crazy it is. Like Paid in Full, like, take Paid in Full. That's one of my favorite movies all the time. Like, you take Paid in Full, you got Ace, you got Money Mitch,
You got
they riding around in a brand new whip every week, right? And they had a raggedy ass apartment in the middle of the hood. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
I,
so it's just,
and then
it
and then
wasn't, the
and then
front
remember he
wasn't to
went
get
to the
out the
plug.
hood.
Remember he went to the plug and the plug was like, "You ain't even got a car. What do I
Yeah,
need
he's
a
like, you
car
ain't got a
for?"
car. He's like, what I need a car for, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's just, the cultures is so crazy. Like, I remember, like, I bought like just a regular car, but the deal was bad because my credit was bad at the time, and it was just like, it was just a bad move. Like, I had a rental. I had a it wasn't even nothing like crazy, crazy. I had like a Camaro, but it was a drop. I had a Camaro drop. Bro, you could not tell me I wasn't that dude for a good 2 days, yo. Like, I'm pulling up. I'm at like Franklin Mills Mall. I'm pulling up top down. You know what I'm saying? I got all types of breezes looking like, it was crazy. Like, but that's what people,
Fact,
that's what people, into, you
fact,
know what I'm
bro.
saying? J8, he said, salute, bro. Big shout out to you, family. Big shout out to you. DM3 said, yeah, I can't understand the algorithm because I have like 3,000 plus subscribers and I got like 2 videos that have like 700,000 plus
Crazy.
and video from 10 to 50 views. So I make videos just to express my thoughts. So DM3, I can speak on that as well. Like we can speak on that. Like we went through a phase where we were doing regular videos and it was 20 some views, 50 views, something like that. For a while, we was just like, you know what, screw the regular videos. We just gonna do the lives. So then we started doing the lives, and we weren't on camera enough. Like it wasn't spread out enough. So it's kind of like I'm kind of getting back into the regular video thing, but I'm kind of bringing my face
I
to the format.
guarantee you
You know what I'm
within the
saying?
next month, I guarantee you within the next month, if we stay on our trend of what we're doing, well, with this whole Queen shit, we don't know what's gonna happen. But let's remove that out of the scenario. If we continue what we're doing and we continue going live for fights, we will probably double our monthly views next month.
Yeah,
I can almost guarantee.
and this is a mix of like, and again, this is something YSM can speak on this as well, man. Like a lot of times, it's hard to track dudes down. I know a lot of y'all dudes want to see interviews and things like that. It's hard tracking these dudes down. I can't tell you how many people told me yes, and then when it came down to actually booking it, I don't hear from them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not the type of person I'm not gonna press you neither. Like
No
if you
way.
tell me you're going, if you
No
tell me you're
way,
going to do
bro.
something and you don't reach out, or if I reach back out to you and I feel like I'm not getting a
That's
response for
that's
whatever
one
reason,
reason why I'm scared of Blunt.
I
Because Blunt's a street dude, bro. You tell a nigga, that's his word, bro. That's your word. With
yeah,
those street dudes, you can't really flake on your word, bro, because those dudes take that shit to the grave.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's, you know, it's just that's one of them things I couldn't tell. I tell you, I ain't even gonna mention no names, bro, but it's probably about 10 to 15 boxers or people that's within boxing that done told me yes, that's like hot in the streets right now.
But
And I follow up with them, and it's like crickets. You know what I mean? T Finney said G5. I was probably going to get my tickets today. Should I hold off on them? Rap with me off camera when you can,
for what?
whenever. There's a card that's going on not far from him, but it's the same day as Canelo Triple
No,
G.
no, you can even buy them on the day, bro. They're still gonna have tickets on
Yeah,
sale.
yeah. So, Finney, I'll hit you up when I get off of here, and we'll wrap. Let me know if you at work or not. If you at work, let me know when you're getting off, and then we'll wrap. YSM laughing. He said Artur Beterbiev meet and greet. Yeah, that's where I met YSM at, man. Why Artur Beterbiev meet and greet, man, and it was funny because you could tell the reason why YSM and I are so cool is because it's like we're from the same place, but we're two different people, but we understand our differences, like in terms of just how we get down. Like, so, and it's just so I'll give you a classic example. So I meet YSM, right? So it's just me, YSM, T Street, Controversy, couple other people. Chris Casey's there, top ranking eight people are there, Beterbiev's there. Boom. So we standing there, we chopping it up, and this is probably the epitome of how YSM and I think different, but we get to the same spot. So Beterbiev start signing autographs, taking pictures, and all that, and I'm like, I'm about to get me a picture, and about to get me I'm about to get me a poster, all that, because I'm a fan first. YSM was like, bro, it's media. We not supposed to be.
This nigga's so media driven, bro.
He said, yo, so this is the first day I met him. Like, he don't know me, I don't know him. And he's like, yo, bro, it's media. We not supposed to be taking pictures
And you know
with
what
the
though?
fighters.
I will
Like,
say one thing though, and I'll say this is how you know this guy's a real dude. Because I concur with YSM. I don't take pictures with people. I've met a lot of people who don't take pictures with them. But I will say Jeff does what he wants, so he don't care. But I will say one thing where I respect YSM for that. Because he didn't have to say that to you.
yeah, he didn't say, he didn't know me from a can of paint. And
Literally.
he was just like, yeah, it's media people. We not supposed to be taking no pictures of people. I literally said to him, I said, man, fuck that, man. I'm a fan first. Yo, I still got the poster, I got the picture, I got all that, man. And it was just like, it's the epitome of like what we are. Like, so he's giving me game from my end, and then from my end, it was just like, bro, like we gonna I understand all that, but we gonna throw caution to the wind like right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like he done put me onto some shit. I done put him onto some shit. He done schooled me on stuff that have me out of situations. I've pulled him out of situations, like, you know. So it's just it goes to show like you create family within this, you know, within this boxing thing. And a lot of times a lot of people will focus on numbers and all that. And it's just it comes into play, but it's like if we're all doing what we love to do and we're going about it the right way, and I think that's the most important thing is going about it the right way. Like when we slipping, make sure we let each other know we slipping and we gotta, you know, get back on our game. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing to us at the end of the day. He said, what's good, fellas? On the road trying to get to hit this live with y'all, so don't leave it. You might be out of luck, bro. Um,
Facts.
but I think we might jump back. I might jump back on Scott
Later
laughing.
this evening.
Yeah. Mike said, man, I'm not pulling up, no blocking, no thing. Nope. I don't want nobody to know and don't care. I have a 3,000 square foot house and most motherfuckers don't even know. I listen, bro. Listen. Let
How
me
big is that house? How big is a
three.
3,000 square foot house?
That's a big ass house. That's a big ass house. That's a big house.
You need
Like
to invite us over for dinner like some people.
right. That's a fact, bro. We'll buy the groceries and all that, bro. The drinks and everything. Um
He said the whole time I thought you lived in England. I do live in
he
England,
do
bro.
live in England. He
I
just
do live in. I just
yeah,
travel a lot, but I live in
he
England. Yeah.
travels, yeah. Hey, Mike. So here's a but see, Mike, that's the crazy thing. Like you have so it's kind of just like a transition in thinking. So you still see a lot of people that just flash, like you know what I'm saying, like flash money and all that. But I remember Freeway Rick Ross told a story, and it was about when he was like in the kind of the apex of his drug thing, and he was saying they was at this party, and girls was all up on his one of his workers because you know his worker had that shit on. He had that you know that designer shit on, had the jewelry and all that. Rick Ross just had on something regular with a regular car. And the dude Rick Ross, his one of his female friends was like, "Yeah, you know, homeboy, he the man in here tonight." He was like, "I guess they gonna be mad when they realize that he worked for you." You know what I'm saying? And Rick Ross is just looking regular. So it just so Mike, that's just the mentality that you have, and you see
I,
big time people that's like
I,
that.
and that's a fact, bro. And 100%. I
That's
hear
funny.
what you're saying, bro. Because
That's a fact.
I was young when I saw that. So the dude who I saw in the car that I saw, I was young, very impressionable. Obviously I grew up in a hip hop culture where, if you
Right.
get money, buy chains, buy clothes. I was very young. So in my mind, it was a certain stature. And to be fair, I grew up with both my parents, especially my mother, who like my mother would both my parents worked a lot, but my mother used to dress us up like real nice, and she used to always make sure we look real good. Like no matter what, my mother always made sure we had like real expensive clothes and real expensive
Yeah.
attire and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So for me, going and seeing someone who I would have assumed would have had so much money, I would have thought I was going to be seeing the same standard.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
coming
and
from a certain background thinking, bro, I'm meeting a dude who is white. I'm thinking, bro, you're gonna be rich. You're gonna be rock. And maybe he was rich. Maybe he was so rich, but
right.
because he owned multiple platforms on YouTube. But
Yeah.
I think I just didn't physically see it. And in my mind,
Bro.
I just equated not having an expensive car with not having money. And I could have been wrong. I was probably wrong about it. But at that time, I was very young.
Bro, I listen, man. I put it to you like this show, like it's crazy, man, because I could speak from personal experience. Like I could literally go get something crazy like a Corvette like tomorrow. Like I get a Corvette top back all that. Like and that's one of the hottest cars in the streets. I could literally go get that tomorrow. Like it's apartments, condos, center city Philly. You know what I'm saying? It costs a couple G's a month. Like I could literally do that. I will look nice in the streets, in the crib will look crazy. But if you look at my kitchen cabinets, it's gonna be nothing but baked beans, oodles and noodles, and progressive
Spam,
suits, spam.
spam.
You know what I'm saying? They be like, "What you had for dinner?" Skittles, Snickers. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just you
Nigga
trying
be
to
living in the suburbs on food stamps.
right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's that's the thing about it, Mike. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, but it's good that you have that little key about you, like for sure. Mike said, Shane live in New York. You need to stop playing.
I wish I did, bro. Bro,
Oh
you guys
man.
need to ease up on these COVID regulations, bro. I need to
They're gonna
fly out
start.
to
No,
America,
they're
bro.
gonna start coming down. They're gonna start coming down.
I need to go to America, bro.
Yeah,
Like that's the only reason why I ain't gone to America this year because of this COVID stuff. Like I
yeah.
don't have a vaccine and I'm
Oh,
not getting a vaccine, so
yeah.
that's what's the hold up right
Hey,
now.
hey, Mike. Mike said Apex drug thing ninja was a correctional officer, regular car. That's the thing. Like, so, like, I was talking about the real Rick Ross, like not the rapper. I'm talking about the real Rick Ross. Like, that's what that story was about. And
Yeah,
then
the
you
real
have
Rick Ross. The real Rick Ross.
and then you got the other Rick Ross who was a correctional officer. He done got rich too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the thing about him, he's one of the hardest workers out there.
How
You
the
know what I'm
hell we
saying?
go from the Queen to Rick Ross?
I don't know, bro. It just it just man, DM3 looking and living regular is more peaceful. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, like you riding around in a regular whip, ain't nobody paying you no mind, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when I had that Camaro drop, man, I was looking over my shoulder. I'm looking like this before I go hop in the car. Like, it was, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? He said, "My bad." The real Rick Ross.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rick Ross.
The real Rick Ross. Like, and the thing is, he heavy in the boxing too. Mike, I don't know if you know that, but he like heavy in the boxing. He said, "Send me the link, bro. We can ready get up out this joint, bro." Like, we'll jump back on. We'll jump back on a little later, but yeah, I don't know how we got from the Queen and Rick Ross, but that's kind of just how we do
Yeah,
things.
man.
Yeah, I mean, but we go close this joint out, man. Big shout out to everybody that was in here. This was just something we had to do, man. It was breaking news, and of course, there's gonna be more news to come. A lot of fights is probably gonna get pushed back, postponed. A lot more coverage on the Queen, and again, condolences to my guy Scott 70, some gas money for the vet, Jeff. yo, I appreciate that, bro. I
Bro, I'm
appreciate
not gonna
that.
lie, yeah. We need to start saving the money that Scott donates. And what we need to do is just save it for a trip to what's it called?
Thailand.
You asked me if I cried. Are you crazy, bro? My mother didn't die or my family didn't die, but what the hell would I be crying, bro? Ain't
Bro,
crying.
that is crazy. You said put some money to the gas for the vet. He said, "Oh, I know. I hope he get with Jermaine Franklin because I heard something I can't say."
I mean, I ain't seen Jermaine Franklin fight in a while, but he's a talented dude, man. I would have hoped he would have get some big action at heavyweight, man.
Yeah, yeah. So all right,
Probably been a
so
good fight for Jared Anderson.
yeah, so Mike, I don't know, what you heard, but there's not an area that Rick Ross don't hit, if you know what I mean. Like, there's, how some guys only recruit in certain areas. That's not Ross. Like, that's not Ross, like, at all. He said, I love for you guys to head out to Thailand, man. That'll be dope.
The issue with me is though, Scott, bro. I go where the females are, bro. That's my line of fire. And I heard Thailand is a place where you can't really. The females are a bit. Yeah, it's a bit crazy over there, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. It's a bit.
We'll have to straighten that out. Boxing First Vlog laughing. Mike, he said vet is like 15 miles per gallon. Yeah, listen, man. Hey, listen, Mike, that $10 gonna get me around the corner, but I appreciate it. It's good.
It's like the
Hey
gas
man.
prices for a plane, bro.
Oh man, yeah, it's crazy out here in these streets right now, man. Like, it's absolutely crazy, man. But we gonna close this thing out, man. Hour 30 minutes strong, man. Little
These are
quick.
keep. I'll keep you right. Don't worry, bro.
He said, "Oh, I know about Ross. Yeah, 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 man. I listen, man. Ross is what's the kid name that just got signed to Golden Boy? Um, damn, what's his name? I think he fights at one. He fight at 140. What's that kid name? He just signed with Golden Boy, but I know Rick Ross was. I know Rick Ross was his manager basically. Like he was signed to him for a minute. So yeah, but we gonna close this thing out, man. Shane, we listen. I ain't guaranteeing nothing. We may or may not be on later. I don't know, but Shane, give me your social media, good brother.
I_am Shane the number one.
On Instagram, I underscore am Shane the number one. Uh, go follow my boy Boxing First Vlog, his channel. Um, on Instagram, I think it's boxing the number one ST vlog. And then on Twitter, it's just boxing first vlog. So definitely give him a look, and he'll be with us either at the latest tomorrow on a live. And if we go back on later on the day, he'll be on with us. But a big shout out to the OG, the post of the show, for sure. And also hit that like button on the way out the door. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't think we really stress that enough, but definitely hit that like button. We need that. We need that more than I need that more than the Corvette money right now, man. Like I
Right.
need y'all to hit that like button, man. And I'm all over the place. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, G5Jeff TV, website, G5JeffTV.com, Boxing Prediction Fantasy League, Queen Elizabeth passing away. This is going to change a lot as far as the fantasy league. We're probably going to have to extend it out a little longer than we wanted to, but that's fine. So we're going to revamp things. And I got some regular videos coming. I got two. You know what? I'm gonna start doing, Shane, before we get up out of here, man. I got two people. I got two people that said that they was gonna come on and they was gonna rap. Um, Rais Alim's trainer, Bobby McRoy, said he was gonna jump on, and Alim was gonna jump on too. So about to put. I don't usually put pressure on, but I'm about to put some pressure on because Cool Boy called him a bum. Yo, he called Rais Salim a bum. I was just like, bro, like I was just like, yo, Rais Salim, nice with it. Like I
No respect.
no respect at
I
all.
love cool
And
boy.
I
That's the
love
guy,
that.
bro.
I love that, yo. Like I was just like, damn. T Finney said I'm actually off. Had a real easy day
Yeah,
today. Okay,
bro.
cool, 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 cool.
Let's wrap this up because I'm hungry as shit, bro.
Hey man, go get something to eat, man. Listen, on behalf of VP Shane, aka Ice Cold Shane, and your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. On behalf of the staff, man, we'll see y'all later on today or maybe tomorrow, but you're gonna see us soon. All right, peace.